So people, I have two interesting exercise for improvisation regarding disassociation and coordination of both hands, and I mean also disassociation between musical ideas for left and right hand, because if you are already an improviser, you can understand very well what I say, that we have a lot of patterns that we use, but we are actually not so aware of them anymore, and we repeat that in many improvisations as a matter of as a way of cheating sometimes, not just because it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so for example, if you have some melody, some well-known melody, and you want to do an improvisation about this melody, so you will need to find interesting accompaniments for this melody. That's also the first kind of variation that would be interesting for people to hear, that you absolutely don't change the melody. Okay, so for you have a really a control of your left hand, and that you know what is the difference between complex harmonies and complex accompaniment patterns. You need to isolate the things and sometimes practice just one of them. So here, for example, you can choose any random pattern for the left hand, okay, and you hold this pattern regardless of its harmonic incoherence, so to say. And that's good because you have more awareness of your technique, of your coordination. That's also an exercise that's good for pianists. You get awareness of this musical feature, so to say, and you will also open your ear for new sounds. That's also a very important thing. So you will say how it works first with very fixed patterns. Okay, so for example, you have this famous melody. And you just play the melody with a very random accompaniment, for example. I don't know absolutely if they fit or how they fit, etc. But I will try to bring both together in a beat. I know that this accompaniment, it will be very easy because I will just play these notes. I don't do I don't try to fit on new harmonies or something like that. So for example, and I try to play so beautiful as I can. Okay, harmonically they are not perfect yet because you don't end things like that, for example. But you get the idea that if you do that well, the listener will even get convinced that may be also an interesting pedal point. Okay, but the musical thing is here a little bit secondary. What you want is to learn to obey the rule that you give to yourself. Okay, that's very important in improvisation, and very hard, because the people who are listening to you, they don't come to say to you, hey, you are cheating, or you are finding the easiest way, because it's everything fair, it's everything music. But if you want to improve in the improvisation, you need to set some rules or principles that you try to follow until the end. But anyway, we don't want to confuse this with the main task of music. You don't want to do some kind of neurotic music where you think that your music is good just because you follow the patterns or the rules until the end. I think that's also a characteristic of very bad improvisation, that they are a little bit neurotic, and they are not aware of the really musical content. Another variation of that would be a little more hard. For example, you can apply a sequence to this accompaniment. Okay, and now he is more tricky. And why is this important? Because regardless of the harmony and how good it sounds, many times when you improvise, you want to have coherence, okay? And everything that is coherent, your listener will identify as right or even good, okay? So for example, okay, that's more tricky to understand, because you want to really hold the pattern until the end, okay? Okay, hit fits is a cadence in F major. Because maybe I am so used to it that it works somehow, but the point is that you can be even very anarchical or chaotic with this. For example, you understand the point that you have many ways of applying this, and that's something that I do a lot when I feel that I am losing ideas, or that I am getting too stuck in some cliches. And for me it works well, and I also should say that I should practice this more. Okay, that's not the only exercise in improvisation, not the magic exercise, but it's quite this thing. Okay, for example, even with counterpoint, you can apply this. For example, okay, that you absolutely disassociate the things. That's maybe not so, that was not so good, because I didn't hold any pattern. But for example, okay, you got the idea, but it works actually better for this common or most used piano patterns. Okay, because you will always have because you will always have problem with to fit on the harmony later. For example, if you always exercise the change of patterns and the idea that you need to find some interesting chords for your melody, you will lose yourself many times. But if you just do like that, for example, systematic, the idea of the coordination between the hands, so you get free of some rules about how good the sound is, and you improve precisely on your coordination. So that's the first exercise that I would suggest for you. The important thing is you understand the principle as I show it here. There is not a strict way to do this exercise. You just remember that the pattern that you choose, you will hold no matter what, and the melody you will play also very correctly. And I also forgot to say that you look at the paper, because here this melodies is quite very I think it's easy, but there is many melodies that will bring a problem, that will bring problems to you even with very easy patterns, okay? Because you choose some random patterns and you need to fit both together. But of course, if you are a beginner, you can do whatever. You can begin with D'Alberti bass. Okay, and if you are a professional, you can really get crazy with this. Even with the Alberti bass, you can bring this to a very strange and advanced level. For example. Okay, then you will get somehow bored by the harmony that doesn't fit, and then after that you begin to fit some new harmonies to the melody. Okay, for example. And then you will open your creativity. Of course, I don't want to do to give an example here now, because I am concentrated on the exercise that I need to explain to you. So that's the first one. The second one is quite similar, but what you want then is to also to hold the melody with awareness and with musicality, but you want that your left hand is so full of life and sound awareness as you can. You will really do with your left hand exactly what you want, okay? No matter what the right hand is doing, you want to really sing what you do in the left hand, but also regardless of the harmony or counterpoint, what you want is to have the feeling that what you do with the left hand is what you really want to do, okay? You are focused on your left hand, and also focused on in this only criteria that it fits rhythmically with the right hand, okay, that you have some sense of order. Okay, that's the only thing that you want. You don't want to apply rules of counterpoint or harmony. You don't want to find something special, and you don't want to convince the listeners about anything. You want to have this feeling that every song that you have, it comes from your mind. He is also not easy to explain what is in my head, but I will sing it internally and try to express this on the piano. Okay, so for example, okay, here of course I am so used to counterpoint that somehow fits at the end, but the very core of the exercise is that you bring so much awareness as you can on the left hand. Okay, okay, for example, okay, you really you do not care about what people say in matter of sound quality or musical quality. What you want is the coherence between what you want and what you can achieve. Okay, so for example, okay, for example, okay, I need to apologize because I am concentrated on the exercise and not on the improvisation. The second exercise it's a little bit similar, but the main purpose is that your ear come to the left hand and into this secondary hole. Okay, so it's a very interesting idea that you play something more how it's called in English. You play some phrases or some emphasis, something that is not a pattern of accompaniment. Okay, I still didn't do so perfect as I wanted. The idea is that you really have a melodical awareness of what you do. Okay. I absolutely forgot what my right hand is doing, and I got totally focused on my left hand. Okay, so after this, when you come back to some normal use of harmony and counterpoint, you will feel that you have more awareness of what you're doing, and some things they will be more easy. Okay. Etc. So I think I gave a nice idea about exercise and improvisation to you, and of course that's an isolated suggestion, and for I know that it fits for your to your improvisation practice or to your musical development. I would really need that you play for me, and so I could help it further maybe. So so now you have two interesting exercises that I do that they help me a lot, And if you have doubts, you can write on the comments, or you wait for the next video where I can speak more about this, because that's not enough, just 20 minutes, so I needed to to rush. Okay, maybe next time I do more improvisations, using these more extensive improvisations for you can be inspired by the whole range of possibilities that you can have doing this, because there is still many exercises that are similar to this, but then they are more focused on counterpoint and harmony, and that was not the case now. The idea was to do something very crazy and dissociate your hands, but at the same time get awareness of what you do with your hands, and to never do any mistake, or so less mistakes as possible, so as you can. Okay, so we see us in the next video. Okay. So I still forgot something very important, that the main aim of this exercise is that you play through the melody and changing the patterns of the left hand without any effect on the right hand. So you begin, as I said, with small steps, but what you want to achieve later is that you change the patterns, and you hold the melody exactly as it is, and then you understand that the purpose here is to break free, so to say, for new ideas of accompaniment for your left hand, and that your left hand has some kind of authenticity when finding new accompaniments, that you don't have, so to say, a covered left hand that always look for the easiest way. Okay, but I know that is actually that's very easy to say and hard to play. Okay, so for example, no. Do you get it? That's very absurd, but the main point is that it was straight and strict, with so few mistakes as you can do it. Then after this you go on. You can maybe do with octaves, and the same thing. I think it's very clear. What is the point here is that you keep very symmetrical with the left hand, and that gradually you may add some new notes or new patterns to it, and then you will come back to the original state where you try to find the harmonies that are really more pleasant to hear. But here the main task is really that you get that even the dissonance, that they dare your capacity of concentration. And that happened with me here now, because also I got very I tend to get distracted by some sound that's not actually what we like to hear. But here is the exercise, and if you improvise in public, you will notice that that's a very good idea to master in this exercise, and to adapt this to what is challenging you. So that was the case with me. I didn't practice now for many months. I was not playing in the church, and I was just composing. And today I came to the piano, and I remember this, and I can guarantee that for me it's a good idea. As I said, it's not the only exercise. I combine this with other things, but it's a very important idea, and now we will never forget it. I forgot the window. I am very sorry for the window because it was too bright. I tried even to do a second video, but even now it's 8 o'clock and it's still very bright, so still not perfect. But if you do some donation, then maybe I improve the equipment. We need to have my microphone is broken, and actually I will buy now a microphone for a lavalier microphone, and you know that for music videos, it's not so simple like a tutorial about Windows or another program that you can do just a screen recording. For music videos, it's we need a little bit better arrangement. And if you join my online lessons, of course I do many videos with where I record the piano, and I do a video editing where you have this image, and you have the image of the piano also. But now just a gratis lesson, and I think you are satisfied with it. Okay, so see you.